Maybe. Let's try this again, everyone. Sorry, I was only in one. I was only on on YouTube, and I need to be on Facebook as well. This is a really special night because we're having a craft along, and so several of you have received a craft along kit, and I want to make sure that wherever you are watching me from, that you can see it. Okay, but it's okay because if you did earn the craft along kit, or if you are planning on earning the craft along kit in the next couple of days, this video, as with all my videos, will be recorded for you to watch at your leisure. I can't believe I just said leisure. At your leisure, whatever. So hello, please let me know if you're here. Now it does say I'm in two destinations, so that's good. Again, I apologize for needing to restart it. Hello, Lisa. Sometimes, you know, best laid plans go awry, even at my leisure, right? It's fancy around here. We're fancy tonight. Gosh. Okay, guess what? I'm only using one stamp tonight. This is such a cool class. I'm in love with it. Hello, Deborah says she's multitasking. I am often multitasking when I am watching videos from other crafters as well. So I love that you're here. Thank you so much for joining tonight. So yes, tonight is, I'm going to make 5 projects, okay? And I don't know how long it's going to take me, but we're going to make them because I offered a craft along today or this month, which is so easy to earn for free. All you do is simply place an order in my online store, thestampinzoo.com, and hit that shop now tab and find anything you might like or need to do with paper crafting. And once your order totals $50 or more in product, I'm going to send out a free kit to you. Now, this is only for the next couple of days that this craft along is available. And then I will have another craft along in March. All right, so I'm going to skip a month with craft alongs, do something else fun. And then I'll have another one for you in March. But this time it features the Love Notes Designer Series paper, which is very early on in this catalog. I'll show you where it is. And I just hope that you like the projects that I make. So this craft along has 5 projects, as I said, 2 cards. Well, they're all cards, but 3 fun folds and 2 cards, standard cards. And so anyway, yeah, I'm really liking them. Now, if you are watching at home, everybody gets the free craft along video to watch, right? And feel free to case, feel free to use them as inspiration. And but I don't give the measurements out tonight because that was part of earning the craft along class. So again, if people placed an order with me of $50 or more, then they received a kit, an actual physical kit for this class, along with a tutorial with color photos and measurements and instructions and everything. But then they're also coming to this class right here, just like everybody else. And so I hope you enjoy it. I had a blast making these cards. I made them of the week between Christmas and New Year's. And so they've been sitting near me this whole time. So it's been really fun. Let's see here if I'm going to have other issues. I hope not. Eek. Oh, no, there I am. Okay, real quick, we're going to start with what is new in the zoo. Okay? Whoops, we're going to even have to go backwards. How about that? Do, 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 do. Okay, please remember that I do run the Stampin' Zoo as a business. That means I happily accept your orders for product, events, all that. And even if you are just shopping with yourself and here to have fun and learn something new, you can help me out so much by liking what you're watching, by sharing it with others, by subscribing to a YouTube channel, and liking and following me over on Facebook. Okay? Thank you so much in advance for doing that. And I strive to give you excellent customer service. All right, last few days also for bonus days, you're going to earn a $5 coupon for every $50 increment of product that you spend now through February 2nd. And then on February 3rd through the end of February, you're going to be able to claim those bonus day coupons. And it's just free product sitting out there for you. And I'll have you know, all of the adhesives are back in stock now. So wouldn't this be a great time to get some? I'm saying that because I did the very same thing this morning. Okay, so again, you receive a coupon code via email. Don't lose track of those because they are not reissued. And then you can just apply them to any orders again through February, from February 3rd through the end of February. All right, this is what we're watching tonight. And as I said, all you have to do to earn this is just make a minimum $50 online purchase. Maybe you need to stock up on adhesives like I did. And then I will still send you the free kit. Even though we're having the class tonight, I'm still running this special for the next couple of days. Okay, this ends on the end of January. Okay, and I'm so excited. Okay, this one, nope, not available anymore, but this is available, the Cute as a Bug Mega Class. You're going to get 10 projects from me and one of my newest friends, Jenna Edwards, a little cutie, talented demonstrator from down south in Texas. I mean, way south in Texas. Okay, she's a doll and very creative. And so this class gives you, we have 3 different options. To register for this class, you can purchase the I Want It All option, which is, of course, a full kit with the bundle called Sweet Bugs and 4 pillow gifts, PDF tutorial, video tutorials, the whole thing. Okay, that's $122. If you just want the kit without the bundle, you still get the pillow gifts and everything else I mentioned for $75. And if you just want the PDF tutorials with the video access, hey, it's $20, okay? So thank you so much in advance. I have signed up several people, and I'm really excited to sign up several more. So don't miss out. You'll be sad, okay? You don't want to miss this. And finally, if you are in the Boise area, or if you would like to be on Saturday, February 7th, I will have a stamp camp right here at Casa Hardin. Here you can pet Tango and Cash, say hello to them, and you can also make 4 cards using current Stampin' Up! Product. The cost is $25 or absolutely free with a $30 order. It's a great time to try before you buy and register with a friend. Okay, you register at thestampingzoo.com, but you do not have to pay until the day of class. And that, my friends, is just a little bit about what's going on with the zoo. Now, if you want to look at the links for all current events, please click below for all of that, or above, depending on where you're watching, as well as you can just go over to thestampingzoo.com, and there is a tab for the quarterly events. So I think it says January through March 2026. Here we are already, 2026. Okay, so just hit that tab and everything should be in there. And finally, why don't you subscribe to my newsletter if you haven't already, because that is where you're going to get early access to my events, free printables, and so much more. Okay, so if you don't want to miss a word, no, if you don't want to miss a thing about the zoo and all the beautiful things that we have coming to you from Stampin' Up, then again, use the link in the description and sign up to receive my email. Guess what? It's free. Okay? All right, everybody, let me point you down and let's see. Oh, no, that's not good. I had to bring it in a really odd way. Who knows why? I don't know why. Okay, there it is. Give it just a minute. Let's see. How about this? There we go. Okay, and then I do believe I can still be hello up here for you. Okay, so again, we are making 5 projects tonight. A lot of the work's been done. And if you're working right along with me, thank you so much for placing a qualifying order. If you received the kit and you don't think you received the email, please check your junk folder. I sent it out on Monday night, I think, late. But if it's not in your junk folder, please let me know, because I want to make sure to get you everything you earned, again, with your qualifying purchase. Okay, now this paper, where is it? Oh, it's right after. There we go. Look at it. Love Notes, 6x6 designer series paper, still in stock, good to go. It's $12.50 for 48 sheets. And also in the class, you received 2 of each of the sheets, some ribbons, and 2 different types of embellishments. Okay, so I'm going to work right along with you. And again, if you feel pressure, if you're trying to work with me and I'm going faster then you might want to, it's okay. Just do this do this when you want to. Okay, I almost said leisure again. What is wrong with me? Okay, so everybody got, now mine like kind of, wonky. Everybody got like a lot of the strawberry slush and pretty and pink gems and the iridescent foil gems. And in their kit, they also had, oh, this is kind of coveted here at the zoo. It is retired, but it is black and vanilla large check ribbon. Oh my gosh. And then, yes, Deborah's and Bugs. Deborah's and Bugs. Anna's and Bugs. And there's Jana. Hello, Jana. Okay, your kit also had shiny, real red ribbon. I got to stick with the class tonight, don't I? But I'd love to just chit chat. You know me. Okay, and then I think also black baker's twine. Okay, so you didn't get full rolls of that. You got supplies in each of these envelopes. Lord, I hope I kept my own supplies right. So the only difference between my envelopes that I'm opening now and yours, if you receive the craft along, is that I have pre-cut my my designer series papers. All right. So let's see here. Let me grab. This is just I think I have all of the patterns, but here is a really great one, and we actually are going to use all 4 of these. They're so helpful. But then look, if you want to put your own sentiments on them, they have just taken the sentiments off of one side. So clever. This is a very clever pack of paper. And then we have something similar here. Okay. And it's kind of the same concept with those. They have sentiments or not sentiments. And as we have talked before in the past couple of weeks, maybe you're not making a lot of Valentine's cards. Well, first of all, Valentine's Day is about love, and there are lots of different kinds of love. So you don't just have to be sending it for romantic love. Okay, let me expand your Valentine horizon. I'm going to send cards to my whole family because I love them, and some friends too. Or should I say, I'm going to send Valentine's cards to all my friends and even some of my family. You know who you are. Okay, so anyway, it continues that way. They have all these really cool patterns for us to mix and match, use for Valentine's Day, for love themed cards, or anything you want to. Lots of really cool colors. I love all these colors. So anyway, and I even got to work some purple in. Yay. I love purple. And then look, I don't have very many scraps because, I don't know, I just accidentally was really clever with the way I was cutting things, I guess. So that's it from 2 sets of cards. Man, I'm smart. Wow. Wow, I'm impressed. Okay, I may have to click back and forth over to the measurements and the scoring because I did leave some of the scoring to do. Again, this is a class. So, hello, everybody. All right, so this is our first card, a cute little, I don't know, is it kind of a gatefold? You know I'm so bad, I don't ever learn the names of fun folds. But this is what it looks like at the top. okay? And then I have just taken, again, a square of that designer series paper, and it works perfectly. So everyone received the real red pieces in their card kit and the basic white piece. All right, and then I brought these on, and then we need to score the base, and I guess we need to score this. Oh, this is the base. This one is the big one that's going to have all the folds in it. Okay, so if you are working along with me, first of all, you know that I'm a lefty by now. You know that. So, you know, I've got my paper trimmer kind of turned around backwards, unless you're left-handed, and then you think that looks perfect. Okay, so I need to score this guy. Whoops, now get out of there. See, I've got things in my way at the top. But there, it doesn't take a ton of room to use this paper trimmer. So this piece is scored 4 times. We've got, oops, get your cutting blade out of the way. Yeah, move along, go on, get 1 1/4 and 2 1/2. I have to say it out loud to myself a few times. 4 3/4 and then 6. So this is going to make that panel that's in the front that folds out. Okay, and so then we just need our feel free to, oh, thanks, Candy. They are kind of moody mauve, aren't they? Yes. This is like a default color for me. So when I don't know what other color I would like, I use this kind of a color. So it's kind of funny. It's my neutral, I guess. But it's so nice to see you pop on. Hello, 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 Carol. Very nice to see you. And she's saying hi to Lisa Tabor. Hi, Lisa Tabor. Okay, so this is going to be how this card stands up. All right. And we're going to adhere the DSP now, some of it at least. And so I actually, in the measurements, I gave you this back panel with the hearts. I measured it at 4 by 5 1/4. But then I had these strips just sitting off to the side, and I realized you don't need a full 4 by 5 1/4 to adhere to the back. And so this is what we're going to do. We are going to put these 2 on the outer edges, and then they're not going to meet in the middle, but who cares? Because we're going to have another layer up over the top. So for this one, feel free to, you can even use strips a little smaller. I think you need to have them be at least 1 1/4 inches wide. But after that, just watch your measurements on the outside, or watch how far you are from the outside, and then put these down. And can you even believe it is almost the end of January? Like, what in the world? January used to be kind of a month that would go slow for me, but no months go slow for me anymore. Nothing goes slow. All right, and then these guys, I just cut across those cool strips. And you'll see here, I'm using Seal. It's quick, it's easy, and it has great holdability. But again, all the adhesives are back in stock. You know, they've been gone a little bit since Black Friday. I was starting to, what do I want to say? I wasn't hoarding my adhesives, but I was thinking about it. Okay, I was thinking about it. I was like, ooh, what if somebody comes to Stamp Camp and asks to buy some of my adhesives? What do you say? Okay, now I need to peel that up a little bit. It went a little wonky on me. Okay, and then this guy. So yes, I placed a very hefty, well, I don't know, not hefty. You know, I have my demonstrator discount, so it's not like the product is very expensive. So please keep in mind, if you didn't catch me on Sunday's live, I made a couple of cards using an upcoming bundle. It's going to be live in the March online exclusives. It's called Critter Crew. And also I used the Stampin' Positioner. Oh my gosh, you guys, I really like it. I've used it again since we used it together on Sunday. It's even better than it was before. Okay, I'm really liking it. So if you are wondering about looking at that and seeing how I used it and my thoughts, please go back and rewatch Sunday's video. You can catch it for the next month on Facebook right here, or you can find it anytime over on YouTube because they don't expire over there. Okay, so now I've got this folded, right? And I am going to, it looks like I was a tiny bit off with my measurements. No big. I'm going to take this and I'm trying to look at the bottom of this card and place it so that it's lined up with the designer series paper and, oh no, it goes top to bottom, but just that it's centered between the left and the right of the base. Okay, and I think it is not. I think it is not. How about if we look at the side as well? Okay, and you'll notice there. Let's do it this way. I think this is going to be better. So I can kind of see. I didn't ever develop a foolproof way of doing this. I just had to eyeball it. Okay. And then I'm going to press that down. And then finally, you'll just grab this piece that was cut for you. And, oh, well, mine's not quite square. I hope yours is. But I do believe it is, let's see. I think this is 3. Okay, so this is 3. So this should be 3 1/4. There we go. I can tell one side was off just a little bit. Okay, so 3 1/4. Oh, excuse me. By 3 1/4. And so how many of you have the Love Notes DSP? And have you been making Valentines? Are you into Valentines? Are you using it for something else? Let me know. Inquiring minds want to know. Oh, did Roz come on too? Hello, Roz. It's so nice to see you. I hope you're feeling well. And how's your mobility? Are you getting around better, or are you going to physical therapy yet? Maybe not. It's still kind of early, isn't it? I don't know what the plan is for that. Okay, and so then I am going to place this so that it comes over both of them. How did I do it first? How did I do it the first way? Same way. Okay. See, I folded a little bit too much. It's all right though. It's still going to work. So I'm going to come in on the left side, turn it over, and just give it a line of Seal Plus, a little bit towards, a little bit in, like about 1/3 of an inch in. And then that's going to help me stick this little cutie. And I'm kind of using the designer series paper. It's helping me know if this is straight, and also looking at the sides. I can tell that too. That is that cute little card. And let's grab the strawberry slush. Let's grab a few of the strawberry slush and Pretty in Pink gems. And there are more than even Pretty in Pink and strawberry and slush, because it's an ombre, and so you've got all that gradual different color until they go clear with just gold flecks in them. So no wrong way to use these. And then let me grab just some different ones. I had to chop these up all sorts of different ways. They were spaced out kind of oddly, I thought. And so in order to give everybody a nice selection, I just had to chop the heck out of them. So then I'm left with the Uggos, and I'm fine with that. They're all great. And the most important thing was that if you got the kit, your kit looks better than my scraps. Okay? That's okay. I am fine with it looking like that. Oh my goodness, there's card number 1. All right, we're going to keep it moving, okay? We're going to keep it moving. And let me make sure I'm following my tutorial. Oh, this one's good. Yes, this one's super cute. Okay, so this is card number 2. And if you've been watching me over January, you've already seen these because I showed them to you. So now I'm going to show you how to put this together. I hope, Lord of mercy, I went through it the other day, but I didn't remake it, but I went through it in my mind. So let's see if I can recreate it. And it does fit into an envelope. All right. And this is my business card, which you're free to put in there. I'd be very humbled. But it's actually the same space that you need to just put some mini glue dots on the back of a gift card, and then you can put that in there. Okay, so you'll see there that I trimmed down the sentiment, flipped it over so we were using the blank side, and then I grabbed this tiny happy birthday from Cake Day, all right, and put it up there. And I kind of liked it because it's not in a straight line. It's kind of curved. It's not kind of curved. It's curved because it goes on a little flag that's part of that bundle. And so then I thought it ended up looking just kind of whimsical and cute. Okay, so what do we have in here? We have a card base, basic white thick. We have a layer in Highland Heather. Okay, we have a piece that you're going to have several layers on this. You're going to cut a piece of the designer series paper, which I'm in love with. Highland Heather with like bubble bath polka dots. Come on, so girly. This is going to be the top, and then you're going to trim down the cup sentiment. Now you can just use this one. I was thinking actually I was thinking about you, Alicia. You like that store. Tell me what it's called. It has the drinks. Anyway, there's a store and it has the drinks. I want to call it slush, but that's not what it is. And so anyway, you could put a gift card for drinks, or Starbucks, of course. But anyway, so we're going to use this because I like to have birthday things like this on hand because it makes people feel special, as it should. Okay. Hello, Tony. Very nice to see you. Thanks, Deborah. She says, very cute. Okay, so I'm just taking a little bit of Highland Heather, the coordinating ink. You know, Stampin' Up! Coordinates everything for us. So we don't have to guess. No, thank you. I don't need to guess late at night after work. All right, that's too tough. Make it hard on me. Just tell me what to use. And so they have. Okay, and then I think that's it for stamping, honestly. Okay, this is the pull tab. We're going to do a little bit of work on this. Excuse me. And then that's just going to layer up on top. Okay, and this kit included some of that very nice vanilla and black large check ribbon. Oh no, here it is. I've already cut it for myself. And black baker's twine. Okay, whoops. Come here now. It's dry and staticky here, people. So my hands, I'm constantly putting lotion on them, and poof, they're gone. I mean, it's gone. It's just so dry around here. And actually, I have the humidifier running because the dogs were all staticky. Their hair was standing straight up on Sunday. And so, I was like, well, that is probably not we can probably fix that too, because then they start snap, crackling, and popping when they're getting on and off their blankies. Okay, they snap, crackle, and pop. Okay, so this is the tab, guys. So if you're following this, I gave you a couple of photos in the tutorial to show you kind of the cross section of how this goes together, but it's always better to just watch how it goes together, right? So this, easy, just score it at 2. Oh, okay, I already did. Let's pretend 2 and 2.5. So go across the long side and put it at 2, score it, and 2.5, score it. Okay, that's it. The rest of this, oh, no, that's not true. You need to take your designer series paper, the larger piece, okay, and we're going to do a little of this fancy cut work. We're going to cut a strip across the long way because we need to be able to fit our pull tab in, and that's what makes this cool, like, flippy mechanism, okay? So I'm going to show you. It's on number 4 in the tutorial for this card. So on the second layer, purple polka dot DSP, measure down from the top 1.5 inches, then cut. So let's see here. I can do this with a little pencil. So bring this in, get those out of the way. This is actually 1.5. If you take it to the end of that light colored top. So just put a little mark right there, okay? Or score it lightly or something. Okay, now that you have that, even if you're moving it around, you can just still keep it in place and you're in the center. Now you need your cutting blade, but don't press the track down on the paper yet. I want you to kind of position it, and you're going to use this ruler. And you'll see here, mine isn't see-through anymore because a long time ago I put a long layer of Terran tape along this, and then I didn't take the backing off, and it's stayed there through millions of hours of cutting. So just put a little bit of Terran tape on it, and then that makes the numbers show up a lot better on this ruler. So you've got a ruler this way, right? But then you have a ruler this way. So I know that was kind of over-explaining to some of you, but some of you have never used your trimmer like this. And this opens up all sorts of possibilities once you get comfortable with this, okay? So on that, let me read this again so I don't mess it up. Okay, so we measured down from the top 1.5 inches, and then you're going to cut from 3/4 of an inch. So go down here to where you see it's 3/4 of an inch. And then line up this straight line that is, let's see, can I bring that in? I don't want to get too close, then you can't see. Okay, so there's like a 3/4 of an inch here, and then there's a line right on this, and you're going to line those two things up, okay? And you go from, make sure your paper stays where you want it. So put it at 3/4 of an inch and then press it down, and it will go down into the paper. And you are going to take this up until you're at 3 inches. Okay, so that again is number 4. It's instruction number 4 in the tutorial for this card, which is number 2. I'm actually going to even take it a little further. Just to make sure I have enough room. And then very quickly, I'm going to double check it. And yes, you don't want it so much longer that the tab is all over the place. You want the tab to stay like up and down, right? Okay, and so we can put a few of these pieces together, but don't get too far ahead because again, you've got to do a couple of things that seem a little odd. So you can get that tab in place, and it's got to be popped up on dimensionals so it can move freely. But it's so fun. Once I had fun with this, and I've probably almost worn this example out because I keep testing it every time I see it to make sure it still works. Okay. So, and yes, it's been working great. Okay. And then I can, like, what I'm doing is I'm going to just get rid of all these little pieces, and then I'll get down to the difficult work. Okay. So now I'm going to put my happy birthday drink onto the piece of white that's in your kit. Okay. And just center that directly down. And then I want to put that to the side. And now I need a drink. I need a sip of my own drink. Tango and Cash got belly rubs. And they got stuffy toys from their dog sitter. And actually, I didn't have the right graphics up. I noticed when I was halfway through them that I put a picture of them in there. And there is a post over on my Facebook personal page. So if you're friends with me, they're over there. And hello, Trish. Hello, hello. Oh, thank you, Jana. Jana, I've been meaning to tell you, you know, I don't remember what you call it. Oh, Siri. So if you have an Apple phone, your AI assistant is Siri, right? And so Siri, my Siri is an Australian accented young man, because I felt like the lady was judging me when she was giving me directions. So now I have this man, but he calls Jana Yana, and he's always telling me, "You have a new message from Yana. Shall I read it?" And I'm always like, "No, that's fine." Anyway, the first time I was like, "Yana? Who's Yana?" You know, that is one thing about AI I'm not too worried about, because it can't pronounce anything to save its life. We have streets here. I'm sure you have the same thing, but we have streets here. And if it's giving me directions in town, I have a heck of a time figuring it out, because I don't know what it's talking about. We have a street called Chinden, and it calls it Chinden. You know how it goes. So anyway, not too worried about it taking over my world right now. Okay, let me try to follow my own instructions. So again, if you have this craft along kit, then I don't want to lead you astray on this particular card, because it's got to kind of go together in a certain way. Okay, so we did all our cutting, and then you're going to insert the long end of the pull tab through the second layer, which is the purple polka dot DSP. Okay, so this, by the long end, I mean the one that is on it's the longest piece that's on this side of the score line. So put it through the front. Oops. Okay, I can't read and do that at the same time apparently. So that it slides behind the lower half of the DSP. Okay, so did you see that? I just let it go back here, so that this is how it's sitting. Okay, and then, and I'm going to use this as a double check, right? This is the top piece, and so we're going to adhere the DSP to the base. Okay, so now that you have that in there, you're going to put dimensionals on this. Don't put dimensionals back behind this tab, because we need the dimensionals to just be around it, not on it. Okay? Not in its way, because that, again, is going to be how you get this to kind of pull and not catch on anything. So it needs a little breathing room. So that's all we're doing here. And I actually liked to put, I felt like it was good to put a couple there, a couple here, and then you can put a couple, well, I think that's good, actually. Yeah, you don't want to put any right underneath this, because again, it's going to get in the way, and this is going to be the pull tab part. So I think we're good. I was overloaded, and retreat. There we go. Save for later. All right. And so then right now I am on number 5, okay, in your instructions for this card number 2. And kind of in love with it. Don't you love this real red with Highland Heather? That is not a combination I've used before. I'm absolutely in love with the bubble bath and the Highland heather, because that's just like really girly and cute. Okay, so this is how this is going to be placed. I kind of fold that down to get it out of my visual, and then bring this in and place it, you know, center-ish. It's not going to ruin anything if it's not completely centered. All right. Okay, once you have it there, you can go ahead. All right, so you're going to fold this shorter part flat, okay, and adhere it directly to this, this purple piece that I left off. And so let me see if I can show it to you. Take that out. Okay, so you can actually, let me make sure I put this in here. Yeah, okay. Put this on here first on the underside, and then you're going to put this right here, maybe like a ½ inch or so from the bottom of the designer series paper, and try and keep it centered. Remember, I had you cut that slit a little bit bigger so you didn't, so it wasn't tight fitting in here. Okay, and then this looks good to me. And then I know where I can put, let me make sure this works. Oh, I think I may have done that part wrong. Did I? No, let's see. Oh, yes, yes. Okay. And so now you want to use this scored area, or this little ½ inch part up there. Just run your Seal Plus or Tear and Tape over that. Okay, and then put your purple topper onto that. Okay, and so then you have this. See that? Pretty cool, right? Okay, and so again, put the long piece through the back, secure it on with dimensionals, okay? And then take the short end and secure it with Seal Plus to the front of the designer series paper. And finally, fold that tab down so that ½ inch score mark is put down at the top, and then put Seal Plus. It's a ½ inch. It's like the same width as a roll or a little strip of Seal Plus. And then you just put your purple card down, okay? And then finally, this can go on the top. You can put dimensionals on that if you want to. I am going to leave it because, again, like, it's already got a lot of dimension. I don't want to make my envelope too stuffed. Okay, and then finally, I'm going to put that on there. And then my instructions say to just take a hole punch, circle punch, hole punch. These triple, whatever this was called, it was out of stock for a long time. Then it went on last chance list. You guys, is it still available? I don't know, but it's good. If it's being sold in aftermarkets, I highly recommend you get them. I think it was from this summer. And so then I pull this down, and I am just going to put a little punched slot right here towards the bottom. You can probably do this before you feed all this stuff and secure it. That might be a little bit easier, but you know, I'm not always about easy. That's for sure. That's what she said. Okay, now let's grab your little piece of ribbon that I gave you. Where's the one that I cut for this? There it is. So I gave you more than you need because you know I hate short ribbons. It's not good. So if you don't want to waste all that, you can just bring it up until you like the length of it. Okay, and then run your black baker's twine around, and I'm just going to tie it loose at first and then get this checked ribbon under control. So it'll behave. Okay, and it did behave. Look at that. And then this I'm going to tie in a bow. You can tie the checked ribbon in a bow if you want to just have one layer of ribbons, but come on. Everybody likes two. Do you want one piece of cake or two? Two, obviously. Do you want one ribbon or two? You want two. Don't be silly. Okay, and more snippers. Snippers. Where'd you go, Snippers? I already had them out. See, it ain't so. Oh, there they are. Okay. Snippers are great. And then this I can use on something else. Okay, but I do want to cut that one on the bias because you know I'm all about the bias cut. And there is your project 2, your gift card holder. And so, like I said, just grab a gift card, put a mini glue dot on the back, and then that's where it goes. Okay? Do you guys like this? Have you made these before? Because once I made it, I was like, ooh, yes, that's going to be like my go-to for a while. It's going to be very fun. Okay, whoa. So I went crazy when I was looking at the instructions. Everybody doing good so far? Is anybody crafting with me live? I don't see any comments from anybody that I remember sending it out. So that's all right. It's totally fine. But again, I don't think, like when I'm doing a class live, I don't know that I go through and finish the cards live either. I mostly go, yeah, I'm going to preview it. And then I'm going to do it on Saturday morning, right? Okay, get some of the smudgies off that thing. Oh, I think I just made it dirtier. So nice. Hello, Ruth. She says she's late, but made it. Catch the beginning later. Perfect. Okay, here is that clever paper. Again, we just click, right? We just click. Again, this is something I would say to a friend as much as a romantic friend. Well, you know what I mean. Anyway, let's forget it. I am obviously not well versed in love, so I'll just make my cards and shush it. Okay, let me pan out. There we go. Okay, so the supplies in here, I want to show you another clever little trick with that particular piece of paper. Flirty Flamingo. I've not used Flirty Flamingo in a while. I mean, come on. What? So this card, no, I think the first card has the gems in it. I don't think I cut them for every card specifically. I think, I gave you more than you would use, and then I just put them in the first card that used the embellishments. So you have your card base, Flirty Flamingo. You definitely want to score that, make it look cute and presentable, okay? And then you're going to have your card insert, which is perennial postage. So the die cuts I used were perennial postage and endless love, and that was to make both of those pieces. And then you also have a layer for the front. Now it's going to have paper over the whole thing, so you don't really see it, but I needed this to be more heavy duty because I'm going to pop it up on dimensionals and run ribbon through it. And then finally, let me see that envelope. You should have, ta-da, half of a die cut, also from perennial postage. And this is in real red. And this varies slightly from the one that I made here in that you have 2 pieces, but really you don't end up seeing this one. And so I just got rid of it. I edited that out. Okay. Yes, you can send it to your BFF for Valentine's Day. I mean, I was just talking with somebody at work today, and so my manager of 26 years retired, and today was her last day in the office. And honestly, I told this gal that sits by me, I feel like I'm sitting in a sea of appropriateness, and I don't really know what to do with myself because, I mean, in a loving way, but over the years, my manager and I've not been above making an impression or two of people sometimes when they acted particularly odd. And she would laugh, which only encourages someone like me. Okay. So, anyway, just stuff like that, or just saying funny, whatever, funny one liners. And so now I'm sitting around some gals who are just as sweet as cherry pie. And anyway, so the one leaned over to me today and said, I just know you're probably missing this person. And I just want you to know that, I have lots of snark, and me too. So if you ever need to, just be snarky for 5 minutes, I'm ready. I'm ready for it. That was a paraphrase. But anyway, it was so adorable. I was laughing my head off. Okay, so this card, we use the paper. Let's see here. How does this work? Oh, okay. So see how this looks like two pieces of paper? And I even wrote the tutorial as if you were cutting two separate pieces of paper, because I want you to have the choice, right? But this is like an instruction you can't really describe. You just have to show. Okay, so look at how clever this paper is. They already did that for me. Okay, so all I did was I took the measurement of this, doubled it, and that was then that was the width of this, and then I cut it down appropriately. And so that's how I got this measurement, or this piece of Flirty Flamingo, the measurements for that. Well, now I have this piece of paper here, and so what the heck? Why do I keep putting this upside down? And so now I'm just going to trim it out so it covers this completely. And I think it's 3.5 by 4 3/4. It is. Okay, so now I'm going to take this and I'm going to cut it down to 4 3/4. Okay. Now, what you're left with, you're going to be left with a piece that's long and just this pattern. It's for one of the other cards. Okay, so just hold on, put that to the side. And that is for the card that has garden green in the envelope, okay? If you're playing the game with me. All right, so I'm in love with that, because then it did all the work for me. I didn't really have to size up the papers or anything. Okay, so let's put this down onto, see, I gave you like, the first card was a little easier, second card tricky. So now we're taking a little break with an easier card. Then guess what? We're going to go to a not difficult, but a tricky fun fold. Okay. And then there is that. And I have a tiny, tiny piece of Flirty Flamingo peeking out. But you know what? I don't care. Now, I also sent the shiny real red ribbon. It's pretty slick, but I like it. It's also, I don't think it's available anymore, but these were the perfect ribbons for this class. And again, I really feel like using the black and vanilla check is a treat. Okay, it's not something that I'm just going to pull out and use for any old thing. It's a treat. And so, yeah, I was like, I'm going to treat these stampers to my checked ribbon. Okay, so there's that piece. All right, so you got enough ribbon to just wrap this partially. Don't waste it back there because nobody's going to see it. And then you're going to use this piece to tie your bow at the top. Okay, so with that said, now we need the dimensionals again. Why do I keep, God, I'm like putting everything completely back tonight. That's weird. That's so weird. So, okay, what's new in the zoo? Well, I mean, besides, me. What's new, everybody? I placed several orders for the March online exclusives. Okay. Please know that there's so many fun things coming. And then I was also thinking about, just a minute here, Apparently I can't peel this off and do the same thing. I've been reading my book, which is Wild Dark Shore. Charlotte McConaughey. Don't you love how I remembered it? I made a post. I don't remember what day. It was probably on Sunday or Monday because we'd been talking about books. And so if you are someone that likes to hear suggestions of books, head on over, friend me, please. And, I'm friends with people as well as demonstrator to the stars. You're the stars. And anyway, so I threw that question out. What were people reading? And we got several really great suggestions. Okay, I just use Seal Plus. I don't know why, but I'm going to just put this here so I can see a little bit of the tab underneath it. Maybe a little more. And then it ties in with the inside so nicely. And again, this is the perennial postage dies. Now, if you receive this class, on your tutorial, at the end of your tutorial, there's a shopping list with thumbnail photos of all of this. The links are not active when I make a PDF, but you can find all of this, again, simply by going to thestampingzoo.com and hitting that Shop Now tab. And so if you're liking the kit and you want more, or if you're just watching this and you just want to make these cards, if you are watching this before the end of January, you can still place an order for $50 minimum product with me. And, okay, that's crooked. And get this kit. I'll still cut this kit for you, and you'll have plenty of time to use it for Valentine's if you want to go traditional with them, okay? So keep that in mind. But then February 1st, it's going to be too late, all right? And God, just follow the lines. This thing is like, all I have to do is put two little die cuts this way and two little die cuts the other way. Okay. All right. It's got to be straight. Okay. I think it's just over too much to one side. Okay. No big. I can fix that too. I can fix it all. Okay. And just center it underneath the camera. This wasn't, you know what, I think I did it immediately when I made the first card, and so I had no idea it was going to be such a feat of strength. Why, I ask you? Why does this? I'm just going to go with it because I don't think it's crooked. I think it's just my brain. Okay, and I'm going to bring it down a little bit because we want to put that bow up on the top, right? And so let's get that secured. And then the bow, I just am going to use some glue dots. Again, this is shiny and it's a little slick when you tie it. And I do like to have, you can see here, one of the tails does not have the shiny side out, but I like the bows to have a shiny side out. And this is one-sided ribbon. So make two loops if you want. This is just one of those different ways you can make a bow. Maybe this is how you always make your bows. I don't know. If you make two loops and face the shiny side out when you are looping them, then both of the loops are going to be shiny. Just one side, one of the tails. And believe me, I tried to flip it around. Now, if you want to flip it around and then secure the tail with a mini glue dot, that works too. Okay. And I kept this pretty short because I was trying to make it longer, but then it gets in the way of the sentiment. And so anyway. Oh, Jean. Okay, Jean, if you're here. Jean, are you here? I don't think she is. But she'll be watching on replay. Jean had asked me last week what were my favorite online exclusives. And for March online exclusives, we're already pre-ordering. So if you can't stand it and you want to pre-order from the March online exclusives, head on over to thestampingzoo.com and you can join my team tonight. You get to choose $125 in product for only $99 plus tax. okay? And then you can put some online exclusives into your starter kit. You can also purchase the new Stampin' Positioner after that. I don't think you can put that in a starter kit, okay? Because it's a special offer. But you can order it right after, and then you'll get a discount, okay? You do not have to wait until February. But if you wait until February, you get that first deal I was just telling you about, purchasing $125 in product for $99 plus tax. Plus, you can have the Stampin' Positioner for free. So if you want to wait just a few more days, that's going to go live probably February 3rd. But anyway, you have two options because you don't have to wait until February. You can order everything now. That'd be me. That'd be what I would do. But you do you. And so if you want to wait until February, that is totally fine. And you can have the Stampin' Positioner added to your starter kit for free, and it's a $49 value. Now, after that, so the company has told us that it's one, each active demonstrators right now can purchase one until the, well, I think just now, until the end of January. And then they're going to be included in the starter kits, and then they'll be offered otherwise to customers at a later date. That's all we know. So I can't tell you when the general public will get to purchase the Stampin' Positioner. I can only tell you that you can purchase it right now at a discount, or you can purchase it with a demonstrator discount, or you can get it for free next month, okay? It's so exciting. Whichever one you choose, there's no wrong answer, okay? And look, there's card number 3. Oh, I love it. It's so fun. We just click. Okay, so back to Jean's question. There is a bundle that I haven't gotten yet, but it has camera and all sorts of ephemera, film and things like that. And I'm really thinking I'm going to get it. And my team member, Maria, loves photography. It's one of her passionate hobbies. She's very good at it. And so she already got it. And but that one, I think is going to end up being really cool. And I'm finding that I'm very curious about it. The other one that, oh man, there were so many. There's one where you're like looking down from above at seaside and ocean, and it's incredibly beautiful. Okay, I don't remember the name of it, but it is so pretty. There's another one with really nice sized garden tools in it. You know Gaga for that. And I mean, it has like a trowel and a shovel. It has 2 or 3 things in it. Hello, Donna. We're doing a craft along. Very nice to see you. So anyway, there are too many online exclusives for me to tell you what my favorites are. But Jean had asked, and so I was really trying to think about it. And just those were just a few of the things. Okay, everybody, here is your, what is this? Are we on the 4th project? This was a good craft along. You got 5 projects, okay? So you can still earn this. It's kind of like you're seeing how the sausage is made. And now you can still earn this by simply placing a $50 or more order in my store. Okay, so isn't this fun? I don't even know what you call it, but that's how it stands up. This is what it looks like crosswise. And this is how it fits into your envelope. Okay, this one fits in an envelope too. All right, so it just goes in there. Now I've got ribbon and all the zhuzh on top. I don't want to mash it, okay? But just rest assured, it goes in there. All right, this one had lots of pieces for me to cut. Oh, that was so smart. Okay, so you received a heart, die cut, and an arrow, and those are both, oh, and you also got the X and the O. Those are all from the Endless Love dies, which are so fun. And they were featured in my January Jubilee. Now, where's my X? Where's the X? See, this is tough. Okay, so when you're opening your kit, if you got the Craft Along kit, keep your eye out. And then, as I said before, I pre-cut my designer series papers. Now, remember what I told you about that piece that I used on this card? The rest of it you use on this card, okay? It's the perfect measurement. You just need to trim it a little bit at the bottom. So your card kit for this will have the garden green, the 2 pieces of garden green. You're going to add your designer series paper pieces, and then you have, oh, there's the X. You have all these little pieces and parts. Set those off to the side, and then you have another piece of shiny ribbon and red and white baker's twine, okay? Right now I am going to score this with you so you can see that part. So here I come again with my trimmer. This doesn't get scored, okay? This is the top panel, but we've got to make this thing. These 2 squares sitting underneath everything that then kind of accordion into each other. Okay, so go down to your instructions in card 4. And so this base is 4 by 10. And you're going to score basically at every quarter, 1 1/4 of an inch. Okay, so 1 1/4. Get that cutting blade out of the way. It's got no business being down here. 1 1/4, 2 1/2. Don't get cocky, Lisa. Follow the instructions. 3 3/4. 5. Say it with me. Okay. 6 1/4. Ooh, 6 1/4 is tricky. It's right there before your blade or your arm pops up. Okay. 7 1/2. All right. And then 8 3/4. Whoa. Math is fun. Okay. So that's what you need for that one. And oh, we're going to need to use that trimmer again. Let me put it away immediately. We're going to do the same kind of cool horizontal cut that we did in the purple gift card. Okay, actually just fold it like this. Score and burnish it. These go all the same way. Every single one of them. But get them burnished or else your excuse me, your base will not sit flat. It'll be all over the place. Okay, so on the 5-inch score line, we're going to do a little cut. Okay, so again, we already talked about how cool this is, that you can use the vertical line here. And so line up that 5-inch score line that you've already burnished, so it's really pretty easy to see. There you go. And this is number 3. Yes, is that right? 2 1 at the last score panels. No, this is number 1. Score and burnish the card base. Cut from 3/4. I swear this is the same cut we made last time. That's weird. I certainly didn't plan that. So then push it down and it'll start cutting. So from 3/4 to 3 1/2. Okay, and then up here. And again, put that tear and tape along the ruler part and don't remove the backing paper. And that will help you see those numbers, even if your eyes are as tired as mine. Okay, so now you've got that. And then double check it. Make sure that this goes through there. And it does, but you know what? I'm going to give it even just a tiny bit more with the scissors. Don't get crazy. Okay, I didn't even want to put it on the trimmer because I just want a little, there we go. Okay, so now we have this thing. Cool. And I have you cut all this designer series paper, all these little pieces. Here comes that cool stripe again. And I just want you to put these on the adhere 6 small panels of DSP to the 3 panels to the left and the right of that center score line. So where we cut, okay, then you want to put these strips to either side of it, 3 on each side. So if you have 4 strips, you've done something wrong. No, and it won't even matter. Just make sure that you get the strips placed on the 3 inner, but even if you have them on the outside, it won't matter because we're going to sandwich this in the middle, and so nobody will see it. And I'm not lining up this pattern. I think that I cut these strips from extra pieces that were, offcuts. So, but if you wanted to, you could. I think on this particular design, you don't really notice if you end up using a continuing pattern because the sides are so small. That, oh, there's one that matches up. Okay. And 2 more sides. I don't know why I'm going from side to side. I guess the way I wrote the instructions. I'm doing what I said to do. Wow, that's a first. Following instructions. What's next? Going to bed on an empty stomach? No, that's crazy. Okay, so then we've got this guy. Donna, if you're still here, have you made this kind of a card before? I bet you have. She's made every kind of a card known to stampers. Okay, so now you have this kind of funky thing. Okay, but guess what? It's going to turn into squares. And they're going to get glued together. Okay? They're going to get glued in the center. So see that? And here's the deal. Before you start doing all that, hold off on the glue and back down from the glue. I know you're speed racer. Just hold on. So, and I made another one of these so I didn't forget how to do this. Oddly enough, it's kind of like the flippity flippy. It's kind of like the construction of this one, right? Maybe they really started as the same card and then some really crafty person figured out how to do it differently. Okay, so I am going to, let's put this through, feed it through that 5-inch cut, or the cut at the 5 inches that you made before. And then it doesn't matter which side you do this to, but I want you to bring an end piece up, okay? And then I want you to, yeah, maybe it's better if you do this before. Anyway, put Seal Plus on it, okay? Back in stock. And then come up from the bottom a little bit, not a ton, because again, this is cut so that it'll fit in an envelope, right? Okay, so see how I did that? And then you're already up through the middle, and it's going to stay in place because it's adhered to this center panel. Okay, and now I think I'll just use Seal Plus on this piece. So now you're taking the other side, and I am going to put a little bit, I want to get on the edges with this thing, okay? All right, and then you have, but it's been a while. Of course. I don't think I ever had before I did this class. Okay, now here's how I started. So put it here, and then this guy, okay, and then I just come inside there and press it. And then once I get it, kind of in place, I start folding it like the card's going to be folded when you put it in the envelope. Look at that. Oh my gosh, we did it. Okay, so rewind that if you're watching it. Well, you can't rewind it right now, but you get my point. Okay, so now I kind of built everything on this Designer Series paper panel, and then I glued that. I did that because I don't know about, I cut this so that it's right at the edge of the panel. You could probably adhere DSP that's longer and then feed it in as one piece and do that whole you know, the step where I adhere everything, but I just played it safe. Okay. I was trying to make this so that you could mess up a few different ways, but still get it right in the end. Okay, so again, this is a die cut from Endless Love, and it comes with this, it's a tag die cut. Okay, so it comes looking like this. I trimmed the tag topper off a few times when I was creating with you guys, but this time we're actually going to use it. All right, and so we're doing the same thing that we did with our ribbon before on the purple card with baker's twine and the shiny red. Okay, so you have to kind of get that started, and then you can pull baker's twine up and over that little paper tag topper, and then just tie your cute bow. So fun. It's beautiful. This red and white baker's twine has been around for a while, and I love it. It can be nautical. It was probably came out for Christmas, but it can be nautical. Obviously, we're using it on heart themed items for Valentine's Day and whatnot. So, okay, I'll mess around with that later. That's not part of the tutorial. And then I cut out your X and your O because I'm cuckoo bananas, and I thought that would be a really fun idea. And I hope they all ended up in your envelopes. I really tried hard. And I even gave you the heart that is inside the O. So this is such a clever set. Instead of just giving us like a circle or an oval in the O, they went ahead and made them hearts. And so I am going to color the X and the O and the arrow with my Stella because she's fantastic. Yes, Donna, I've been catching you off and on. I know you've been on at different times, and but I've caught you live a couple of times, which I love. So fun. So it's probably at the beginning of your day, and then I catch you at the end of mine. But either way, it all works out, doesn't it? Whether you're live or on replay. I am just happy you're here. Okay, and so Donna, it says it's been super hot for you. You know, that's hard for us to imagine right now, I gotta say. The US is kind of in a deep freeze. And so I feel really lucky and almost embarrassed to say that the weather here is not that bad. It's about 40 degrees Fahrenheit and very little snow. Okay, so you have your pieces and parts. And so now let's either bring in a little bit of the liquid glue and either bring in your petty end of your take your pick or some little reverse tweezers, something like that, okay? And if you were going to make a lot of these cards, I would suggest cutting out the X and the O and putting adhesive sheet on the back, and that would probably go a little bit faster. But you know, I like a challenge with the liquid glue. I feel like I'm pretty adept. God, I can't believe I just said that. Now you know that's going to be the kiss of death. I was just going to start bragging about my skills with liquid glue. Shush it, Lisa. Okay, and so then that cute little heart, just make sure that's right side up. It's going to look really odd. And then isn't that beautiful? This on a chocolate already. I'm dying. It's so cute. Okay, now this one has a lot of cuts in this beautifully detailed little arrow. So be careful with the glue. Don't get crazy. Okay, and then I just put it kind of across. If you took my Zubilee class, you know that we used these supplies in a variety of ways. And so there's all sorts of cool things you can do. And actually, I'm even going to take the little heart this time. And let's put it over here because I'm a little lopsided. It's going to make it look like I meant to do that. Oh, I meant to do that. Of course I did. Don't be silly. I always make things lopsided. Isn't this the sweetest paper? It's so cute. It's both springy and Valentine-y. Okay, so I'm just going to put that on there. All right. It's adorable. And then finally, while this is off of your paper, it's probably easier at this point to get those ends trimmed up. Clean up your ends. Sounds a little weird, but it's not supposed to be, I promise. And then guess what? Dimensionals. We love them. Gotta have them. Back in stock, everybody. Get your dimensionals. Seal, Seal Plus, refills, liquid glue. It's all in stock. Okay. And, oh my, Deborah, are you kidding? It's going to be 29 below zero with wind chill. That is crazy, girl. That's crazy. Oh, I'm so sorry. Okay, and now I'm going to put this right here, and it's so, I really like this, this style of fun fold. I don't even know. It's like a 3D project, right? It's so cool. And these, I'm going to leave them pretty long because I like that. Now you can, again, I gave you enough embellishments in the kits that you can throw some on here as well, okay? Because this doesn't fold back anywhere into the project. It just folds flat. The base just folds, okay? So either way you want to do it, there's your project number 4. And so I've given you a real workout, right, with the first cards. And so look, here's the last card. And it's just easy and sweet. Something sweet for someone neat. And this is beautiful Azure Afternoon. I haven't used this color in a while. But again, it goes perfectly with one of those little cutouts from the paper. And so you choose. Maybe you want to put your own sentiment on like I did on this one, or just do what I'm going to do and put a little more Wink of Stella on this, and then all of a sudden it's very uniquely yours, isn't it? So I'm going to color those little heart lollipops, and it really brings out a lot of color in them. I don't know if you can really see all of that on the camera, but you just need to do it for yourself, and then you'll be able to see it, okay? And so you have got in your packet an Azure Afternoon card base, the first layer, and an insert, and then you will cut everything else. And I do believe, okay, so this one was cut with no waste, right? This was a little piece that was cut already for me. Maybe I had to trim this piece, that was it. Okay, and then super simple, right? It's just a really easy template style that you can use with any grouping of designer series papers. You could totally recreate this and come up with something super quick but impressive, cute. Just pick some coordinating papers. You know that do you not have any designer series papers? Are you all out at your house? Well, if you are, get on over to the Stamping Zoo and you can shop for more. But I seem to recall most of you already have some designer series papers, so you could make this card, okay? But if you run out, you know, I know a lady. So, you know, I'm just teasing you. We always have some kind of designer series papers sitting around. Okay, and then again, you know the routine. We want this popped up, and I'm going to score and burnish this card base. Got it. And let's put this on, and then look what we got going on here. I'm gonna make quick work of this by using the outsides of this sheet of dimensionals. And I love that we can do that. And sometimes this comes in handy more than the regular shapes. It depends on what you're working on, right? But just put some of that on there and then throw the backings It looks like I'm putting them in a nice dish, doesn't it? Really, at this point, I'm just throwing them over on the side. I'll pick them up later. It's the crafter math. It's the crafter math. Okay, I'm really loving this combination of azure with the real red. That's beautiful. I don't know if I would have thought of that myself. And then the insert, I just left plain. This would be a card where I would write a little bit more. Maybe leave it with a little snack or something. Wouldn't it be cute if you found some heart lollipops? I mean, you can find them. I don't even say find them. It's so easy. So get like a really pretty heart lollipop and leave it with this. What a cute little treat to give a neighbor or something, I think would be very cute. And then I brought in the iridescent foil gems. If any of my neighbors are watching, I love blue raspberry flavored things. So I like sour flavored things. Just very odd. I mean, I don't know if it's odd, but it's not a normal American thing. But don't worry, because I like sweet stuff too. Okay, so there, my friends, are your projects. I hope you've enjoyed this craft along. If you were playing along, and even if you weren't, I hope that you got some fun tips and tricks, and you're gonna, recreate these cards yourself. And don't forget, this is the Love Notes DSP, and so it's still available. It's very timely, yes, but also don't worry if you don't use it all up at Valentine's Day, because as we talked about, there are lots of reasons to send people love, right? Now more than ever, now as much as ever, right? So again, look at all the projects. Super fun. Of course, I have 2 of each. But again, it was so much fun. Thank you, everybody. This was really, that I'm not going to find him in my bed. Oh, yeah. I'm sure there's a million dimensionals everywhere in this house, okay? Until next time, everyone, thank you so much for joining me. Again, please take a look at my events and all the specials coming up in the description of this video. And follow my email if you're not already. You're missing out. There's all sorts of secret stuff going on over on my email list. So make sure you sign up for it, okay? I'll see you soon, everybody. Happy stamping.